Hey guys, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Yeah, I know my voice is sounding kinda, not so sweet and everything, but because of what transpired in the house after the party, it is not so pleased to actually say that Ilebaye stand a risk of disqualification, or should I say disqualification anyways, because what actually transpired was not a little thingy. The kind of thing that transpired this night is the kind of thing that has happened that is not even close to what have happened in various seasons, and those certain housemates were disqualified. But first off, let's take us back, okay, to what happened, right? Because actually, I do not know, but I do not know. I don't feel so good that this is happening, okay? Because first off, if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly do the needful. Thank you. This one is not time for long introduction because this matter it carry it tie rapper can't carry gilly join am. Now, guys, after the party, the cameras just showed Pere and Ilebaye sitting together, right? The housemates were actually having fun dancing outside the garden. Then Pere was having a conversation. Ilebaye was crying, seriously. And then Pere was like, Pere has been that guy that's our go-to guy. That's why we know we cannot trust Pere, because him and his guys, them are actually planning a lot. So she was crying, talking about Doyin. Do not forget that Ilebaye and Doyin actually had their differences because of Neo. Doyin was having with Neo, and Ilebaye could not explain further. Of course, you guys have been following my channel, you would follow this gist up. Okay, so while Ilebaye was crying to Pere, trying to tell Pere what's happened and all of that, so Pere was just trying to calm her down and everything, So afterwards, was it Ilebaye actually was actually talking to Doyin, like talking to Doyin that she gave her her bracelets, right? On her birthday, on Doyin's birthday, Ilebaye actually gave her her bracelets. That is for her to wear, a kind of thing, you understand, like friendship bracelet. And then it's like Ilebaye found that bracelet, sorry, on their bathroom, then that's where everything started. She was like, oh, see somebody I called my friend, she has dropped my bracelet, she threw my bracelet away. That is where everything started, right? So while this was happening, Ilebaye actually had issues with a lot of people in that house, you know and we all know how they've been mentioning Ilebaye, or in fact, the house actually had her on their lips, because I know her guts actually, kind of threatens them for a young girl who they are older than, having that guts. They think they need to, actually remove her from the space. If you remember vividly, Mercy Diary session, she was actually telling Big Brother that thank God they changed the nomination process. If not, everybody would have been calling Ilebaye's name. Now the thing is, after that happened, then Doyin was now having a conversation with Cece, and was telling Cece that look at what happened. No, the bracelet she gave me actually was baiting. Was it Cece or Alex? Actually, Doyin was explaining to somebody, that the bracelets, she was actually having the bracelets on her, that she was baiting, actually removed the bracelet, and then after baiting, she now forgot it, which is quite understandable. You understand? And then that was where it happened. After then Ilebaye was with kiddwaya. Next thing, Cece and Doyin finished having a conversation, because ever since Ilebaye and Doyin had that discussion about New, they have not been in talking terms. Like, they have not been so close like they used to be. They are always sleeping together and everything. But the other night, Ilebaye slept alone. I think this is what triggered everything. I think what triggered everything is Ilebaye thinking she's not alone, that Doyin is not on her side. You understand? So then Sisi was not telling Kidwaya, talking to Kidwaya, that she should leave her alone. That was where this thing escalated. And then she had a face off with Sisi. Sisi now left. Went to the inside. I think they drag her inside. Angel and Co. took her inside. Then Doyin now went back sitting down. I don't know what happened. Princess and Doyin sorry, Ilebaye now went back sitting down. Then next thing I saw is Princess and Ilebaye still having a bounce off, like they were bantering. And the only thing I could pick from the, bants from Ilebaye, the ranting from Ilebaye and then Princess, was Ilebaye trying to tell them that you people think I'll be alone. You people want to take my friend away from me. That kind of talk. And Princess was like answering her back, that kind of a thing. And then later, Sisi now went from inside, came back outside. this girl Angel has been holding Sisi from inside. Sisi, I don't know how she just later left her. Sisi came to meet Ilebaye where she was sitting again, and started coming for her, telling her she should be very careful with her in this house, blah 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 blah. Ilebaye now said, like, what will you do? Be using that B words and everything. That was how they were not coming for each other. The argument was just happening. Now, while this was happening, Pere, whom Ilebaye was, confiding in, was sitting there. Doyin, who is Ilebaye's friend, was sitting at the other end. Yes, I know Doyin and Ilebaye are not cool, but when things were actually going that sense, if I was Doyin, I would have actually draw Ilebaye out. Now, the reason why what happened tonight is that nobody to hold Ilebaye, and even people that wanted to, Kiddwaya and co and his cohorts, they actually stopped it. Cross literally came out to hold Ilebaye to settle it. Then Kiddwaya, you needed to see the way Kiddwaya dragged Cross out, and actually Cross is actually drunk, like really really drunk, and Kiddwaya had to pull Cross out, which I'm very sure Big Brother would address the way Kiddwaya actually put Cross out, because that one is also what it requires a strike. You understand? So, Ilebaye actually tried to remove Sisi's wig, actually tried to even hold her on her neck. Even tried to, after holding her on her neck, she now actually acted like she was trying to hug her. Doyin was like coming to warn her of that this thing she's doing, she would regret it. And she actually pushed Doyin, actually still held Doyin on her neck also. Doyin went to meet her where, I think, their toilet area. She actually still pushed Doyin there. You understand? So she actually did, I don't know how to put it, she actually did many things at the same time. Sisi was like twice or so, and also tries to pull her hair. Then Doyin pushed her and actually hold her neck, I'm like, gosh. While all of this was happening, what pissed me more is while all of this was happening, these guys, they still had the mind to tell them to leave them, leave them, leave them, leave them. And they actually listened to them and did not hold them. Because if they actually hold her, this would not go to this extent where Ilebaye had to hit any of this lady. Do you get my point? So now some people are actually saying, oh, Pere was there for her and all of that. How is Pere there for her? Pere was there for her, and Pere was watching her. Pere was watching her do whatever she was doing. Pere was watching her get close to Sisi that way. Pere was watching her also get close to Doyin that way. So anyways, while the thing has gotten so intense, then Big Brother now called Doyin called Ilebaye to the diary room. When Big Brother called her to the diary room, she did not go. She did not go. And none of the housemates deemed it fit to even take her to the diary room. They don't care, because they want her to do it to the fullest, So when later it was Neo that came out and now took her to the diary room. Do you know that Kiddwaya was even pissed with Neo that Neo took Ilebaye to the diary room? That if you want to know that you like this girl, let us know. He was like, no, I don't have anything to do with this girl, but I don't just know. Now the way this thing is looking at all these housemates are actually happy that this happened, because Angel is actually rejoicing that this happened to Ilebaye. I know that Ilebaye has her flaws. It's just too much. I know that she's all over the place. She has been triggering the housemates and all of that, but you are not going to take it off that these housemates have been coming for this girl. They have been making this girl look so low. They have been trying to make things look in a different kind of way for her. Hence, Doyin always try stand by her side. You understand? So this matter right now, it carry many branches right now. Sisi coming for Ilebaye, they were having a face-to-face confrontation, like hitting themselves with their chest. But last, the Coco is the person that actually laid hands. It's Ilebaye. That is the truth. How I wish she was able to talk without, touching. But I know that the alcohol adds to whatever happened tonight. So guys, I'm very sure you watched it, or maybe you might be sleeping, or whatever. But what do you think about this? Like, we do not know what it will be with Big Brother, but right now she has been in the diary room. This is like, what's the time? Let me just check the time. The time is past 3 a.m. right now, as at the time I'm making this video. By the time I'll finish uploading and publicize this video, I'm sure it's gonna be like 4 a.m. and the Ilebaye is still in the diary room. You get? So I do not know what the verdict will be from Biggie, but I really, really do not feel so good about this, right? Because I want to watch this get triumph among this housemates, because right now they are making jest of her, saying it's her strategy. They are in their numbers discussing Ilebaye. But anyways, guys, I will be stopping here. We would continue later on in the morning, because it's actually quite early so that I would have to retire to bed, at least close my eyes for some minutes, then come back, we'll continue this gist, right? But before we do that, let's just see one or twos on the social street before I call it a quit, because right now this is actually getting to me. I do not expect it to get to this extent because I was expecting Ilebaye to get hold of herself, but it is what it is, guys. I really do hope though that Biggie would tamper justice with mercy and maybe give her, maybe even if it's two strikes, give her another opportunity. I really want that girl to remain in the house. Okay, DG the Great said, honest truth, Ilebaye isn't sent, but I see you all acting like these older women aren't bullying her on a steady. It is a clash of age and respect. Maybe they want her to be quiet and not do anything in the house. Everyone goes in there with strategy, so why has pissing them off? Guys, I need to be sincere with you all. Like I said, Ilebaye has her flaws, right? Just like this person said, the way these housemates were sounding after Ilebaye did what they wanted, it's obvious that that guy is actually a threat to them. I am not going to cap you. I'm not going to cap you guys wrong. I am capping you guys legit right now. That is what it is, just quite obvious. Coming from Aisha de la Cruz, I just need three things from this show. One strike for Ilebaye for pulling hair, one strike for Sisi for provocation, and for Ebuka to help me say, Ilebaye, you are safe. Please sit. Or when they were having that altercation, when Ilebaye and Sisi were actually, arguing and having that, back and forth, Sisi was trying to tell her that that's only if you can stay, if you can stay tomorrow. I think they underestimated her and they feel that, oh, this girl really had nothing. You understand? Nobody really they support her. You get my point. So that's why I really want her to stay and prove some of the housemates wrong. Coming from Bev, Baye's game plan: provoke people, rile them up, and when they attack you, let it be known that you are young, hence the be the most and be segregated from everyone. Because tell me, what Doyin and Cece that had your back are the people you are fighting now. That is actually the thing. She was actually wrong that aspect, but you just know she has, like I said, she has her flaws, right? She's coming off at people at any point, and now alcohol has joined it. What do you not expect? If the housemaid do not want what happened to happen, they would have held her back. Maybe someone would have taken her to the room. But nobody did that. Nobody really cared because they want the housemaid to reduce so that everybody would have a chance to win that money. Amaka from Level Up said, see that is talking. Wasn't she worse in her time? I bet make her hear. We're talking to everybody anyhow, my foot. That's a provocation. Those people provoke this girl. They are against her. Let her be. Sisi has been lamenting, saying that she does not give anybody respect. That is what every housemate have been saying. And of course, that's what we have been saying. But all of the housemates are not brought in that house for anybody to worship them. I am not saying I'm not giving Ilebaye an edge to disrespect anybody, no. But that is actually a game, and everybody came there with no age brackets described. They did not say people from age 30 upward, make sure you stay at this place. They did not give anybody a preferential treatment in that house. Everybody is staying on Biggie's house. The same lounge, the same chair. Nobody has a private suite there. Nobody has a private room except of the head of house because of he merited it. But not because of Biggie said, oh, these people are the OGs. They need to stay here. No. So meaning Ilebaye had the right to be free like other housemates. And nobody should use her age on her. Okay. And then, but she's a strong babe, forget, standing up to all the babes in the house. I beg, give credit where it is due. She tried. This is said by Jenny O. And then Amaka replied, it is because they know her age. That's why they are having unmet expectation. As a matter of fact, they are all stars, no big, no small. If it was their fellow age grade, would they be having all this expectation? Everybody Ilebaye. And then the Jenny O said, Lord, all I will say is remember it is Biggie house and rules. Me will call for disqualification and we all collect warning instead. Okay, so don't you think that this housemates like her? But she is a strong... Okay, I've read that one. Coming from Saif, Doyin Sha should watch her back. If 8 housemates are talking about you behind your back, you are not safe. Now, that is the thing. Talking about Doyin should have her back right now. There's a conversation going on in the house where Doyin is actually talking to some housemates. Kiddwaya entered the diary room, to go and see, and she said he said he saw Ilebaye there. But that one we'll discuss it on our next video because Doyin actually said she did not trust Kiddwaya. She's actually saying that to Sisi that Kiddwaya actually had a plan. They are plotting, which is obviously true. It is obviously true because Kiddwaya is telling Neo after Neo took Ilebaye to the diary room, asking Neo that is it that you do not want to win this money? Because he doesn't really need the money. That was what he said. That he doesn't need the money, that he's doing it for them. You understand? He was even pissed that the thing did not go or go where the way he wanted. He wanted more things to happen so that Ilebaye, there would be no excuse to give for Ilebaye not to go, to leave the house. More unfortunately, that pushes disqualification. But for all those guys that didn't want to separate that, for all those guys that don't, they want to separate, that's ridiculous. Aisha de la Cruz said, "Are you all hearing now? Same people that gashed Doyin up now are saying Doyin is the puppet master, that she is the one messing by a mind up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Aki and Popo should have honestly stuck together. Exactly. I think where the housemate actually had the strength to penetrate through Ilebaye and Doyin is because of they actually had their issues. If they had not had that issues, this housemate will not have any room to come for them. You understand what I'm trying to say? Okay, fraud is saying CC provoked by him. See, they will so deal with Doyin. She thinks they care about her. I shall pity Doyin. She thought they are on her side. The truth is they are not even close to her side. I'm very sure Doyin knows that too. She knows these housemates are not to be trusted because she has been saying a lot about kiddwaya, which I will discuss in my next video later on tonight. Guys, there are lots of G's, okay? Even this of Ilebaye, I actually curtailed it because I do not want it to be too long. It is quite very early, but I just needed to spew because it's actually heavy on my heart on how this happened and how everything went, right? But I really, really wish and hope that Big Brother will not send Ilebaye home, because it's what happened tonight actually was her going home. Yes, if we check from the previous season, except because they would think this is all stars, then they would pardon her and maybe, I don't know, guys. I don't know, but it was just a lot on that girl. I'm sincerely, it's just a lot. Anyways, I'll be dropping my voice right here. Please make sure you have subscribed to this channel. Tell me what you think about this, okay? We'll continue our conversation in my next video because we still have to talk more about this, okay? See you guys later. Peace.